Mark Dime, boating industry will price themselves out of business. Maybe. I mean, honestly, I kind of look at it like this, where so we're at the Miami Boat Show, and I'm going to do a video on this that talks more about these numbers, but I not really surveyed, but documented 280 boats at the convention center. And I'll tell you right now that the average price of a brand new boat was $299,000. So, and also not to mention that out of the 280 boats that I looked at, 80% of them were over $100,000. So only 20% of the boats at the boat show were under $100,000. So the days of the average Joe and the middle class kind of guy buying a brand new boat, it doesn't. Like, they have literally, I mean, inflation and economics and everything else, whole different political discussion that we're not going to get into, but just in general, as talking about the prices, the price of a brand new boat, yeah, you've priced most of the middle people out. And I get it. I mean, stuff costs money to make. Shipping stuff, manufacturing stuff, getting products, assembly, the whole 9 yards, everything is astronomically higher. But the average person, if you're a middle class person, you can't buy a brand new boat. Like, let's just face it, you can't afford new. You got to buy old, you got to buy used, which, I mean, I would consider myself middle class, and I've never bought anything new in my life. I've never had a new car, new house, none of that stuff. So, new boat, no different. I buy them for $1,000 and put $4,000 in them and make them, usable. So the day of going to the boat show for the average guy and buying a brand new boat is, as of right now, it doesn't exist. I mean, you have to have over $100,000. And I think a lot of it has to do with financing and everybody financing everything. So if you can get a 20, 30, 40-year loan on a boat, I mean, that's what people do. They make the payments and then they get rid of it. So, I think part of that plays into that, where people see the option of just taking financing and making payments, to where you want to buy a new boat. Okay, so you plan on holding this boat for, let's say, 4 or 5 years. So you say, okay, I can buy this boat. It's going to cost me $250, $300 a month. So I'll buy a boat. It's going to cost me $300 a month. That's going to cost me $3,600 a year. And over 5 years, this is what it's going to cost me to buy this boat. So that's what people look at. They just make the payment and then they get rid of it, and they don't care about the depreciation, the value, the longevity, or any of the other stuff. And then also, one of the things that I've noticed on most of the new boats is that everything's decked out, like fully decked out. Most of the boats come with so much stuff that there isn't really, the market has kind of shifted to where people want more stuff in them. They want the cushions. They want, the tackle centers, the live wells. They want the wash down systems, the shower systems, the brackets, the Euro transoms, the cushions in the back, the seatings, the side doors going out the side, 4 displays on the front, everything digital switching. Like, the market is like asking for everything, and you can't really find a boat that is like stripped down. Like, obviously, you can build your own custom boat. Like, if you go to CV, you can get whatever you want. You want to buy a hull? Great. You want to buy, fully stripped down with nothing in it? You can do that. So there are brands that will work with you like that. But, those brands like CV, they're not selling anybody anything. Like, they don't sell their product. Like, they just supply. It's a distribution center. Like, they are a dispensary. It's kind of like, drugs. Like people buy that kind of stuff because they're addicted and they want it. So CV isn't out trying to sell boats because people want them. The product is so good that people, they want it. So they're just there to give people what they want, and they are a dispensary of the boat. So, kind of a little tangent there, but yeah, I think that they are kind of pricing, being able to buy a new boat, you can't really do that anymore. It's astronomically high, and the boats are coming with so much stuff that the average guy that just wants to go out and get yellowtail, you just go out, bottom fish for a little bit, get some mahi, come back in, and that's it. You don't want the radar and the 5K transducers and the autopilot and, lights every inch of the boat, the underwater lights, the joystick piloting, the the spotlights, the floodlight, like all this stuff, the sound system. Like, there's a lot of people that don't want all that stuff. All they want to do, they're happy with 2 speakers and a head unit and, a decent GPS. That's it. Like, they'll put a cooler in the back, they'll have a little tackle center, and that's it. You're kind of set up, you get out, you go out, you catch yellowtail, you come back. And those boats, there's not many companies making boats like that anymore. I mean, seeing that the average boat was over $100,000, most of them, it's that 25 to 30 foot range, or even up into the 35. I want to say like 40% of the boats were over 30 feet. So having a market where the consumers are buying 35 foot boats, like, it is, there's no money in building a 20 foot boat because no one buys it. And so, it's a hard topic, but you let us know what you think in the comment section below. So if you like this clip, you can watch the full podcast over here or watch another one over here.